Hello everybody. Well, welcome to our live trading room today. Once again, let's put out our disclaimer. Well, we'd like to inform that we are not a registered investment, legal or tax advisor. All investment opinions expressed here are from personal research and the experience of us are intended as educational material. Although best efforts are made to ensure that all information is correct and up to date, occasionally unintended errors and misrepresentation may occur. Let's take a look at the basic today. Before we start, please guys give me a quick second while I handle some technical issue over here. Okay, it is done. Well, we received several comments on viewers that they would like us to put on their cameras so that they can see our face. Well, we apologize that this cannot be done at the moment right away because we do need certain concentration while analyzing the trades, and will be quite distracting if we put on the camera and need to observe certain things at this point of time. Well, as intended today, we plan to get on earlier just to have a quick explanation on the various lines. However, due to unforeseen circumstances of my partners, that we will have to start this late. Well, kindly please give him 2 minutes before the market start to let him have a breather before he will take over totally for the trade today. Well, meanwhile, I'd like to spend 1 or 2 minutes to give a quick illustration for our new viewer on our various setups and also what does all this line represent in all the chart. First, we will usually use 2 setups of the chart. One is a 9 chart view, as you can see here, which consists of 1 minute, 2 minute, 5 minute, 15 minute, 30 minute, 1 hour, daily and weekly. Is for us to look at the current situation for a certain stock and also a QQQ over here for 2 minutes. Usually most of the time we will look at the 1 minute chart and the 2 minute chart along with sometime occasionally the 5 minute chart if there's a setup. We will also use the 2 minute big chart to give a closer look or better explanation when there is a setup. And for new viewers, please take note that all these lines are our settings which we implemented, which is the pivot, the resistance and the support, which we will explain. And for the line 8, 21, 100, which represent by different colors over here, are actually the exponential moving average of 8, 21 and 100. Along with the orange color represented by the VWAP. Please kindly note that the coloring for all the lines may be different in different charts. Well, we will have another 30 seconds before the market open, and I will pass on the chair to my partner Ray over here. Thank you.
Hello! So I guess I'll be taking over. Yes, that started. Now let's take a look at Tesla as always. First of all, the 1 minute and 2 minute. We're gonna keep this simple. We're gonna just tell you some of the setups. But before that, right, since we're on our first minute, we'll just talk to you about some of the basics. Now let's talk to you about all these. Now 8, 21, 100, those are exponential moving average, as you can see here, the yellow and the blue and this purple. Now this VWAP is gonna come up soon. and that basically decides whether we trade or we do not trade, because it is actually very decisive. That it can make a trade very risky or very good at the same time. Now we have our pivot points, which here's a pivot, and here are the resistance lines. We have R2, R1, and you can see here it touched the R1 just now and then bounced right back up. Now let's take a look at the 1 minute. We're gonna tell you about our setup slightly later. Now let's see. First of all, without any examples right now, let's just tell you. Now a green takes red can only be taken in a 2 minute, and you want the red bar goes down. Well, you want to wait for a red bar, find the high point of the red bar, and then you want the next green bar to overtake the red bar on the bid section, and then you click to buy, and it must be bid because you're buying for call. But if you're doing a red takes green, you can do ask. It's basically the opposite. And when you're doing a green takes red, you want it to be above the you want it to be above the moving average 200, so that can be in your favor. And obviously in the other side, when it's a red takes green, you want it to be opposite. You want it to be below that 200. Okay, I personally would go for green takes red on the 2 minute because it's slightly more safer. So now for the first 5 minutes, let's not trade at all. Let's just talk to you guys about what you need to know for our tradings. Just in case you're new here, right? Every time you hear a ring, it's when we actually buy one of our the stocks. Now we're looking at Tesla, mainly Tesla, while we could actually go back here and look at everything else. But today we're gonna talk about, almost every day we talk about mainly Tesla. So now red takes green doesn't have a limit, even if the high point is over this green bar, although it doesn't look as natural. You can actually still do a red take green. Green takes red. Sorry. But if you see it right here, this is a little too long of a bar for us to use. It'll be very risky. Let's just say that, and the VWAP has already caught up. Right, so we would want to wait for a slightly smaller one, either at the next one, but it's at R1. It'll probably bounce right back up. And just in case you guys didn't know, there's R1, R2, R3, and this line up here, you see, that's the R2, which is actually one of the strongest alpha 3, which means if we're going for a call here, it will bounce back. It should bounce back quite hardly here, but if it breaks through, it will break through. Yes. Now let's check this. We could go for this right here. Football. Now I'm gonna be focusing on buying call, so I'm gonna look at the bid price, right? Now to be safe, we wanna find a whole number for a strike, which in this case I would think 850 is nice. No, we could buy this one Legos 845.73, or we could wait for this red takes green takes red, which I personally like this one more. But if we can use this and then tidal up, go with the flow while it's actually going up, and then pass this one on the next one, so it'll be slightly smaller, or it drops down again, we have a smaller one with the same one. It'll be better, right? It'll be better. So now if you see now if you guys don't feel like you have confidence in your trades right now, I recommend you to not, because like if you have a bad day, just it will affect your mental and physical ability to do these kind of things, and you would tend to you would tend to well, I actually just passed. Yeah, I wasn't paying attention. But let me just follow on. It will tend to make mistakes. So let's look at this actually. But it wasn't as good, right? It was quite long actually. But if it was down there, if it was a full length, it would be even worse. Just saying. Now this for sure went up, but it seems like it went back down again. Now if it touches R2, it'll probably have a big setback. I mean a slight setback. But R2 is a strong line, so. And we also have to look at Q here because it also acts as a kind of main flow, like it controls. Yeah. Okay, I kind of want to check on 9 chart just in case. This one. Okay. So now there is we also want to look at 5, although that's slightly longer, but it does give us better opportunities. You see, these longer ones, they require more patience, right? It actually gives you better shots. That's what I would say. Now we just have to be patient. Just wait for a different setup, you know, with all the up and downs, and then I hope to have green text reds. Yeah, you know, it is above the 200 as you can see. It's actually very below, which means that we don't really have to care about it today. Now for sure it will bounce on here, so slightly risky. But I do have it ready right here. 850. I would say strike 850 because it's way more. It's safer, you know, less risk. We on. No, let's see. Now and again, right? If you guys are not very confident of your trades, you either just watch and then just watch and see whether you're right or wrong, or just learn from this video. I mean, this live. If you're watching the live, you learn from the live. If you're watching this as a video later, then just learn from our video. You know, look at our daily trades, and let's see if you know, next time, maybe when you're feeling better, you can actually use it. Although it has been a slightly longer day for me, I would still try to make some of them, right? Just for you guys to see. Now we have Tesla going down here. We also have his thing, this 8 right here, which I haven't actually introduced you to that, so I don't think we'll be talking about that for now. Okay, let's see. It's actually approaching the R1 again. Now if it breaks it, it will probably go down a lot, but I don't think it will. Okay, have this here. This could be a green text red too, but it's quite close to V1. If there's another one that's below it, we don't recommend it, right? It's not like it is still in your this favorable part is there, but the conditions are not met, because in green text red we don't really have to care about all these exponential moving averages. Now the most all the things that we need to care about is probably the VWAP and the 200 for the green text red. Easy, right? Yeah. Go check out our other green text red video in our description down below. You can check out in the video section. So we basically showcase most of the market 1 and the green text red because that's the 2 strategy we have actually introduced you to. Now this is a slightly big piece, and there's an R1 above. I mean, there's an R2 above. So we want you to be slightly cautious, right? And I might make some mistakes then here and there. So I'll tell you why too. Okay. Let me check out these. Now, you guys also wanna follow on to this chart. Look with me. Check it out with me. And also, if you didn't know, we have TC2000 as our charts, which means this is where we actually look at all these. Okay, we have a slight green bar here. If there's another one, we might have a slightly better chance. We can see the time down here, although it's very faint for you guys. You guys probably can't see it. It's almost 30 seconds. Now it's actually going to pass. So you guys wanna look at the 6.45, and then you wanna look at bid, right? That's the basic point. I'm gonna look at bid. Now you want to, if it doesn't go up, just saying, if it doesn't go up, the cut loss, since there isn't a lowest point here, I would say if the next bar is red, I would instantly, no risk, right? But for you guys to the bare minimum of this is actually down at the starting point right here, actually the lowest point, but it's almost at the starting point, which means that we should probably get ready for a cut loss, which actually I will do it earlier because it wasn't as good. See, you can see the VWAP going up and down here. So now for the people that's still holding, right, technically your cut loss point is let's see, 42.58, which it didn't hit yet. But it's a general down, which you can see right after it passes, it usually goes like a great spurt or a burst. You should see a great burst of profit. But now you can see it just went up by a little bit. Now that's when it gets dangerous, and you want to get slightly cautious about it. Now obviously it's bouncing back as it always does. You might think, why does it always do that? It just does. It is what it is. So for you guys that didn't sell, you might have a chance. Now you can either try to break even, or you want to wait until the next cut loss point. Is okay too. Yeah. But generally, let's look at the general flow of this again. Yeah. Okay, so we can wait for next sets. Let's check out the 4. It's going up, and then this one, it's definitely going. No, 42.58. Yeah, you should probably cut loss like right now. Yes, look at that. It just surged down right there. That's why you should cut loss at this starting point. And now it's approaching R1. Now if it breaks R1, it's going to go down with a great surge, but it seems like it's going to tap it and come back. For you guys that are new here, we usually do our stream for 30 minutes, and it just touched R1, sorry. Now we usually do our stream for 30 minutes until 10, so we still have our 15 minutes. I'll look at the chart with you guys. Good luck. Yeah. Okay, it has passed. Now look at this 1 minute right here. It's like a great curve right here. You can see it. There's all the nightmares. They did pass this 21 right here. So by the way, generally the Mark 1, right, we want it to be above like probably all these lines, and especially the VWAP. VWAP is like decisive victory right there. We always have to make an eye on the VWAP. Now the average 200 usually only we usually only care about it for the 2 minute bar. Okay, So generally it's going down. Now I personally do not like puts, but in this situation it seems like I have to. So I would recommend you guys put a 830 if there's any setup right now, but if it does rush through, we might have to reconsider. So let's look at a chart here. Chill. Put down your hands. Just look at it. No, might have no, never mind. Maybe not the green bar. Okay, it seems like it's going on a general downtrend here. It's not gonna even give us a time to breathe at all. It's just going down and down. Now, if we look at all the chart, it is going down, especially 5 minute. Here's the high, and then down. You see, okay, but we do have a green. We do have a green right there. Let's see this green right here. Now there is red takes green, which basically acts as the other way. Usually it would be below this 200 though. And the only thing we have to care about is the VWAP in the 200, plus it's in 2 minutes. So basically how that works is that the red bar on the next, there must be a green bar. And then you want to check the lowest point on that green bar. And then you want the next red bar to surpass that one. Just as simple as the green text red. But remember, every time you're doing a put trade, you want to look at the ask instead of the bid. Bid for call going up, and ask for put going down. Yeah. As you can see here, we just got a cross. Perhaps we have a hammer. It's going back up. Like a quadratic right there. Now, if you don't mind, let me check something. Okay. Now this is slightly more difficult. Yeah, these two long bars definitely made a great impact, and now we have to wait for a chance to actually strike. These are all straight 7-time red bar. Now that usually gives us a slight feel or like a prediction, right, of what's gonna happen next. Now we actually have a green bar. We wanna pay attention to that. Let's zoom out slightly just for you guys to see. Okay. Now here you could do I would say that's slightly risky because it has quite a flux. Although you can see it went down really badly. Now the whole chart's property is probably going down, but still I don't fully recommend you. But you can still do it. It's not like you can't. So let's take a closer look to the 1 minute and the 2 minute right here. We wanna see this. Yeah, it's actually curving up, so it's no bluff this time. We can actually take a look. No, okay, it's switching sides, going red right now. Okay. Going back down, actually you might want to check these low points. Here this one is 830.72, and then this one will be same, yeah, same two chart. So they're both 830.72. Unless this one got a green bar, then we gotta check out for this one. Now it is a green, and it's at 32.11. Well, this one is still at 30.72. Now, since we're doing a put here, we want to look at the ask, right? We want to look at the ask. Now, when the ask exceeds that number, that's when you buy for your puts. Now, take a closer look. 32.11, and we got this on 30.72. Now still going up slightly. We could wait until we have it going down. We have 10 more minutes with you guys, so we're gonna try to see if we can get one more, but in a total today, right? Yeah, here is a good one actually. Now the other ones wasn't as well as the first one. Well, as I would say earlier was actually better. That's why we only do until 10 minutes. After the 10-minute bar, it's like total. Yes, right here has passed the low of 32.37. You can see it suddenly had a surge down, and now it passed 30.72 too. So now it's actually approaching the 100 average bar. Now there is no resistance down there. It's probably gonna flow down for a long time. Now if you guys actually bought it, your cut is probably up here. If you haven't taken the profit yet, it's actually going back up. So you should get ready if you haven't yet. Now you either take a equal cut, or you wanna cut your loss minimum at this right there. The high is at 34.49. Well, still going down, but if the next bar goes green, usually I would think that wow, it is red, but now it's green. I feel like it has a strong force of going up. Now you can also look at QQQ, it's also green at the moment. Now the main resultant is probably going upwards for the green candles now. So let's say if you haven't cut your losses yet, you better you wanna risk your short. You wanna get ready just in case it suddenly surges passes. Now 4.49, that's the number you wanna remember. If it does pass that, you wanna instantly cut your losses. Now as time goes by, it would decrease. So you see this chart is going slightly more stable. No, not that I would say it's stable. It's going on a straight line right now. Now this is a slight disadvantage to you, because like, yes, it didn't hit your cut loss. So why you shouldn't cut loss, right? But if it goes in a straight line for a long time, let's say until the end of our stream, actually we have like 7 more minutes, it's actually a loss for you, but it actually surged right back down, which you can have a selling point right now. If you didn't take your profit yet, you have a second chance. Now you could choose to sell half and wait for the other one, so that you don't make you can make a even trade later, or you gain at least that half right now. Now it passed the 100. It's actually going down. Great bar surge right here. Now let's take a look at the 2-minute. It's actually going down a lot now it has reached back to its prime lowest point. If you want to sell your other half right now, you should, or you want to hold. Now there's a green bar right now. I would say that you would switch your cut loss to this 32.22. Now if it's a red bar, you can keep on waiting, but usually I take my profits quick, right, just to prevent that the high risk. Now this bar is quite large, so I recommend you, if you see the sudden jump or surge, you wanna cut loss, and the minimum is always at the high point, but usually, just to be safe, me myself, half would do. But you don't wanna make a loss. But if you already have if you already sold half, right, the other half you can hold it until the minimum point of the cut loss, because you'll just break even, and then you can still have your half of a win, or you just keep on holding it until it might go back down again. As you can see, QQQ here is actually going back down to a red bar. Now this might push Tesla back down. We have 5 minutes, so let's keep on taking a look at this surge. Now actually went back up. Now Now let's take a look at this high right here. Actually, we might want to sell at 3.60, but for you guys, that's actually trying to if you guys bought like at here around here without this one, we have two different ones, but I generally suggest you to cut almost now if you don't want to risk losing a profit. Now you might have that feeling like, what if it'll go back up again? I mean, it'll go back down again, it'll be profit, but as time goes on, your profit actually lessens. So now you wanna hold it right now. You wanna cut loss. I would have already cut my loss long time ago, but for you guys, if you haven't yet and you're persistent and stubborn that you have to hit that point, you better hold on to it right now, because once it hits that point, you wanna sell immediately. Now it's unstable right now, indecisive on the tide. Yes, I would have sold a long time ago when it was unstable around here while bouncing up. I would recommend it to have half here and then so the other half here, so you would still remain on the profit line. Now, first of all, 32.22. As you can see here, it already passed, so I would have sold at least right here. That's my minimum. But right here, you can see that I haven't touched it yet. Now, for you guys, if you're not that, like most people would have already sold, right? Okay, it actually went back down. So let's take a look again. Now, I would have recommended you to sell right there, because better risk, right? Greater risk. As you can see, this has gone on for like a whole, like more than 10 minutes. Like the risk generally increases by time, and since that it was actually wavering inside a straight line, your profit does deteriorate by time. So you guys shouldn't hold it on for that long. Let's take a look. Let's take a look back at 1 minute and 2 minutes. Okay, we're almost approaching the next minute. We generally have up right here. So you guys should probably just in case you guys still holding it, you should probably sell right now, because that's really the last point. Why would you wait for a whole 16 minutes, not take your profit and then just wait until right now? Even if it goes back to the highest point right now, you actually don't make a profit. If you don't you can actually look at statistics for that. Okay, yeah, so since we're going back to the end point, let's introduce Jerry back here again.
Hello guys. Okay, we'll let my partner have a short rest, that you can eat some food.
Thanks.
Because you haven't eaten any dinner yet. Well, I do some recap for you guys. Well, since we are waiting, actually a quick reminder, we do have a rate tape screen over here, which is 829.18 over here. But naturally, as you can see, today is our special edition. When I say special edition, that means we will be extending our time for a while, at least with me, because my partners need rest and he need food. Okay. Anyway, today is unique in a way that because it's a put day.
It is a put day.
It's a put day. Okay, and it's not one of Ray's favorite.
Yes,
because
I told you just now, I don't really like doing those, so that's why I didn't actually buy, but I still analyzed it for you guys that did.
Okay, let me recap what happened today. I will change it to a 1 minute chart over here, just for easy reference for everybody. Okay, first of all, we kickstart with a huge surge today, and if you see on the 4th minute of the day, we do have a market one, which is our first video where we will have taught you that you need to buy exactly at the point when it passed the high point of this bar, which is 845.73 for Tesla, and you will have a maximum gap of $4. Naturally, we will not advise anyone, or we can't advise anyone actually. For us, we will take an immediate quick profit for the $2 gap, which is here. This is a successful market one.
Yeah, correct.
Another successful market one will be actually at this point, which
take that.
market one is actually a lower bar prior to the previous bar. As if you have looked at the educational lesson previously. If not, please subscribe and go back and take a look. It's only 7 minutes. All the down bar need to be overtake for you to enter to buy a call. So at this particular point, which is at 941, the high point for this bar is at 844.81. As you can see, all the previous bar has never been opened, so no trade is triggered. When we say trigger, we means we enter the trade. Okay, at this point, 844.81, you want to see the price on the bid as you are buying the call. So it does trigger and it passed with a $2.60 profit. Obviously, like what I mentioned, I will take a quick profit immediately for this trade. And why would Ray advise against that is because, of course, as we can see, the VWAP over here is below the VWAP. If you have looked through the lesson, any call trade below the VWAP is unadvisable. For me, I will take a quick one because its trigger point is exactly at the VWAP, which you can see the risk is once it burps up, it crashed down immediately. Usually, in a long terms of sense, which we have not taught in any of our video yet, a huge large gap between all these lines. As you can see, what does it mean by large gap? That means the VWAP, the 8, the 21 line, the 100 line, and the moving average 200 is wide apart from each other. What does this mean? So in the near future, or at least within today, all the lines will eventually move together and meet up. And for them to meet up, Tesla need to go down. That's the logic behind that. Of course, that will require another lesson for us. So naturally, once it is below the VWAP, we will no longer be looking for any call trade. However, there is something that, well, my partners here ignore or he forgotten to see due to his hunger, is that QQQ, which is the index for most of the technical trades, technology trade, crashed down during this period of time, which actually prompt us or alert us to have an intake of a put setup soon. And how will I enter into a setup for a put? Very simple. I will use the 2-minute chart over here. As we can see, the red takes green strategy or the green takes red strategy, which is our second education lesson on the YouTube, require you to have a red bar or a green bar. What does it mean? If you are going for call, you're looking for a red bar first. So when the price overtakes the high point of the red bar, you buy the call. That is when you enter. So obviously at this point, when you do a put, which is below the VWAP, you need a green bar to be overtaken by a red bar, which is opposite of a call. So we do have a green bar here with a low point of $842.55. So immediately once it passes, we will actually purchase it immediately. And there goes today. And followed by the trade that actually just now my partners here advised or he himself took is this green bar here, which is overtaken by the red bar at $830.72, which it has a huge branch of $5. Okay, when do we take our profit over here? At this point, whenever there is a bar that successfully crashed down with such a huge speed, actually that's our first profit. But for those who actually persist, the cut loss point is actually still the 1 minute green bar of the low, which is 832.37. Or any point of time when any 1 minute bar, let's say if you persist for 3 minutes, you actually had a good profit. Any 1 minute bar ends with a green bar, which at this point of time, I myself would took the profit of the $5 almost immediately. And the worst, the second worst cut loss point is actually you have another green bar. You see, there's no red at all. Another green bar that totally surpassed the previous green. At this point, which is 828.42, that's actually one of the worst point of you taking your profit. You still have profit of $3.80. However, that's way too long for me. As you can see, when it pass through this, the market go up, and a lot of people may start to have FOMO over here and decided not to take their loss, and the market may continue to keep going up. So this is the point of you being disciplined and getting your profit immediately once the setup is being occurred. Just like right now, while we are talking, there is a 2 minute, as you change your 2 minute chart, a 2 minute red tick screen over here, which the entry point is, once again, the low point of a green bar, which is 831.69. And if you partake into that trade, you will have an immediate $1.66 profit, or if you wait further now, is $4. So that gives us a summary of how and when are we going to take the trade. But of course, a lot of concept or a lot of pre-requirements for the setup need to be in place. Like you need to observe, example, your 200, which is a very important line over here, the red line, so that whatever price or whatever call or put that you enter, it should be as far as way away from you as possible, because it acts as a resistance or acts as a support. And if you are taking a put, you prefer your VWAP to be on top of you, or vice versa. If you are taking a call, you want your VWAP to be below you, which is below the candle of the current candle. How do we use the 8 EMA, the 21 EMA, and the 100 EMA? Usually it's more for the 1 minute action, the 1 minute market one, because normally, unless there's a crossover point of view, crossover between the 8 or 21 line, I will observe it on the 2 minute. It will be totally based on personal experience. And well, I will switch it to a 5 minute now, because as I observe from the 5 minute, we have a 5 minute red tick screen, which is at 828.12. Okay, entering 828.12, which is now, require patience because it's a 5 minute chart. It may act slowly. It requires people with a higher tolerance of risk, but the reward will give you the lowest point of the day. So usually, passing a 5 minute low, especially a 5 minute green bar for a put, will give you a lowest point of the day, or close to the lowest point of the day. As you can see, it hit now. This make my point. We have a new low of 825.22. So immediately, once we reach that, we will take our profit. So, as you can see, while we are talking, I elaborate and explain how does each setup works and what is the criteria. Of course, more detail will be on the educational videos for the green tick rate and also for the market one. And we will be doing further detailed programs for you to have various setup or various situation so that you are able to react. Because sometimes when we are doing live, we may not be able to explain much more, especially when the market is going fast. And a good example for just now when I elaborate that the 5 minute is actually going for the lowest point, which as you observe, it did pass through the 828.12 and it crashed down to the lowest point, which before that is 825.35. It crashed to 825.22. So for those people who are greedy, they don't take their profit. This is what happened to you now, which is why I myself and my partners over here, we take quick profit. Although of course we cannot advise you on how you want to buy or how you want to sell, but we do want to give cautious, and especially when you go into your day with good profit, preserve your profit, be happy about the day, and keep it in your wallet. So I will end the session for today, and we hope to see you soon tomorrow. Thank you.